welcome back to Sidra's Silly Point. Let's get right into it. Congratulations to the Pakistani fans. Pakistan won their first T20 international against Australia after 7 years, although not a complete Australian side, but an Australian side nonetheless. Lots of positives and a handful of players stood out in making this victory possible, but there are still a number of them whose place in the lineup is questionable. Here's my list of players I think should be benched and why. Number 1, FAKHAR Zaman. Bench him. FAKHAR hasn't done much for a long while and has been riding on that once upon a time Champions Trophy innings for frankly far too long. He was mediocre at best during the Asia Cup, and being a senior player, taking the spot of many other eligible youngsters, this is not cutting it for him nor for Pakistan. The amount of swing and misses we saw from him in this game, it is mind-boggling why he's still in the team. I don't know if it's fitness or mindset or his age catching up to him. He was playing as an opener and at number 3 during the Asia Cup and couldn't avail of opportunities, and at times looked like a walking wicket, and this was when Saim Ayub wasn't performing either. He struggled in the Tri-Series last year and didn't perform in the games against Sri Lanka earlier this year. When you have other deserving players like Khwaja Nafe, FAKHAR's inclusion raises questions. FAKHAR Zaman needs to be benched. Number 2, Babar Azam. Bench him. I hate to say it, and I'll get a lot of hate for saying it, but he'd have to be benched, especially when we are seeing Salman Ali Agha taking his batting up a notch series by series. If Agha can improve his strike rate, then the question is, what is holding back Babar Azam? Whether we say it's the management that ruined his natural game, or whether it's his own lack of ability to adapt to the demands of the game, but his performances just aren't speaking for themselves. Even in league cricket, such as his entire BBL stint, proved that he's not up to mark. Nothing against his skills and all his achievements in the past, but the dry patch has turned into a norm, unfortunately. The way he was so excited in the field, taking the catches he did today, engaging with the fans. I think he knows Coach Mike Hesson only keeps all-rounders, and since he hasn't batted well, and he can't be a wicketkeeper nor a bowl, he's trying to show him to be an outstanding fielder. Or perhaps he knows that he needs the public on his side and hundreds of keyboard warriors on the PCB social media pages to defend him. His selection also in the World Cup squad is as if it is a selection for league cricket, where you opt for crowd pullers just like in the BBL in Australia. Perhaps the problem is league cricket for Pakistan. India, by limiting their players to play in the IPL only, are able to manage their players better, and no doubt the IPL has helped India identify enormous amounts of talent. Whereas for Pakistan, the PSL lately hasn't helped, and playing in other leagues has only exposed their weaknesses. It goes without saying that playing in leagues has altered the mindset of Pakistani cricketers and Pakistani selectors as a whole. I mean, some players get a first-class ticket into the team when we're performing in leagues, while others aren't selected, even if they perform in league cricket. Still, that doesn't mean Haris Rauf should be in the World Cup squad. In fact, the only thing Pakistani selectors did right this time around is not select Haris Rauf. Yeah, he offers pace, but for someone who is constantly selected over Abbas Afridi, Mohammad Wasim Jr., and who only plays white ball cricket, like one format really, and refuses to play domestic cricket, you would think he would be the best thing that ever happened in T20 cricket for Pakistan. He should try moving to Australia, since he not only has support there, in the form of Aaron Finch, but he does bowl better there as well. Going back to Babar Azam, he's been shuffled in different positions and does have a better average playing up the order, but he just isn't playing well or extraordinary in any of the positions that he's been at. That being said, I don't agree with Salman Ali Agha telling journalists something along the lines of, you can bat at any number once you're in the team. No, don't think it works like that, but then again, he's speaking from the Islamabad United League Cricket Coach Mike Hesson mindset, so you can't blame him. Anyhow, number 3, Shadab Khan. He needs to be benched. I've said it in my previous videos too, Shadab's inclusion quite literally takes away a spot from a spinner who actually deserves the opportunity. When you have a plethora of spinners, you choose not to select Sufyan Mukim for the World Cup squad. Fine. Then you probably selected Usman Tariq to warm the bench only. If you can't help yourself and you always do need to plug in all-rounders, then Mohammad Nawaz over Shadab Khan any day. Nawaz was constantly performed well and has won multiple pairs of match awards. I think he was also the player of the series in the Tri-Series in Dubai and against the West Indies. Someone look up and compare the stats. Just overall, I bet Nawaz outperformed Shadab by a margin. Shadab's inclusion effectively denies a spot for another spinner. I mean, when you're going to be playing in spin-friendly conditions in Sri Lanka, if they do, specialist spinners will be key in creating impact right away. I mean, we all saw the hold and grasp ABRAR Ahmed had in this game. Someone tell me, why is it that Shadab Khan gets to play every game since his return, but not ABRAR Ahmed, who is Pakistan's best spinner at the moment? We're not blind. We can see how Shadab Khan was later brought back to face tailenders, which will likely result in him catching a wicket or two. But ABRAR Ahmed, time and time again, provides a breakthrough right up front. Shadab's first over went for, 11 runs, and I think that featured a 6 as well, followed by ABRAR Ahmed's over where he conceded just 1 run, and so craftily, quite brilliantly set it up and got the wicket of Connolly. Shadab then came to bowl and gave away 8 runs with a boundary on the first ball, followed by ABRAR, who gave away 3 runs in total in that over. So when you talk about momentum, it was easily being shifted in favor of the opposition with Shadab's bowling. Why can't we have ABRAR Ahmed bowling on one end and Usman Tariq, for example, from the other? Why does Pakistan find ways to hurt themselves every time when they have talent on bench? Shadab Khan deserves to be benched, no doubt, or else this Islamabad United player will become a liability during the World Cup. Now, while we're at it, long gone are the days when Umar Gul would change the whole face of the match with his death bowling. I mean, now we're stuck with premium Pakistani bowlers who primarily give away runs at the end of the innings. Haris Rauf has more often than not been expensive, and Shaheen Afridi also fails to provide the oomph that's needed. Mohammad Wasim Jr. may not be a better option, but we'll never know now because he isn't selected after his bad day against Sri Lanka in the previous series. Salman Mirza was still better than Shaheen Afridi today, but Pakistan's death bowling has never been the same for a long, long time. And choosing to keep out Abbas Afridi, I mean, what is he doing? Last I heard, he was sent to play in the Hong Kong Sixes series, and he captained the Pakistan side. I mean, why? Why is the PCB wasting such a talent? Honestly, if nepotism were acceptable or permitted, this would be the situation where it would make sense to allow it. When it comes to batting, Sahibzada Farhan needs to step up as we can't afford this type of form going into the World Cup. Usman Khan was alright, but kind of has just been mediocre since he started playing for Pakistan. Now, whether it is as a result of his own limited abilities or the fact that he hasn't really been given the platform, the chance to play in the position he deserves, only he knows if he made the right call for playing for Pakistan. I have to wrap up, but Saim Ayub played well, both with the bat and the ball, and it is good to see him returning to form for someone who was given the most chances in the recent past. It is only fair he returns the favor. That's it for now. I shall see you in my next video. Until then, take care.